Picture a Knoxville summer evening. You're sitting on a weathered porch swing with a glass of sweet tea, the kind of heavy quiet that only comes after supper is settling in. The sun's low, and somewhere in the neighborhood, a lawnmower finally shuts off. And there's George, not saying much, just fixing the porch light with one hand and waving to the grandkid with the other. You probably wouldn't look twice, just a quiet man doing quiet things. But the light he was fixing? Well, that was George, always making sure the people he loved were never left in the dark. Hi, I'm Steve Rode, and this is True Stories from the Obit Files, where I share one real story pulled from a real obituary 3 times a week. These are the extraordinary lives of ordinary people, the ones we might have walked past without ever knowing what we were missing. And today, we're sitting with a man who never asked for attention, but gave everything to the people who needed him. George Walker was born in 1949 in Knoxville, Tennessee. The son of James and Margaret Walker, he graduated from Fulton High School, served in the U.S. Army, and went to work for the University of Tennessee. And he stayed his whole career. Same place, same quiet dignity. He attended East Sunnyview Baptist Church. He married Sharon, the girl he met at church when he was just 21. And 55 years later, he was still holding her hand. I mean, that's not just longevity. That's faith. That's showing up day after day without fanfare. George didn't talk much. Beth Potts, a friend of the family, said she only ever heard him say about 10 words. 10! But if your air conditioner sputtered in July, George was there. If the kitchen light sparked, George already had a plan. And if the washing machine made a sound it shouldn't, well, he could diagnose it before it finished spinning. His son-in-law Clint ended up inheriting a kind of unofficial apprenticeship, rerouting pipes, rewiring outlets, even diagnosing mystery smells from behind old appliances. He didn't just teach how to fix things, he taught how to think through a problem. George was a quiet genius in coveralls. No college degree, no TED Talk. Just decades of practical wisdom shared through wire nuts, socket sets, and circuit breakers. But the most important thing George ever held together? It wasn't a busted dryer or a flickering hallway light. It was his family. Sunday lunches at his sister's house, porch chats with the kids, a grandson named Kai who lit up his world, and whose pictures showed a smile on George's face that said more than words ever could. And before Kai, there was Kate, his first grandson, sadly lost too soon. George didn't talk about the pain, but he carried it quietly, the way extra strong men do. You could see it in the way he hugged Kai tighter, stayed a little longer, showed up every single time without fail. People like George don't leave the world in a blaze of glory. They leave it with a trail of fixed things and steadied lives. Neighbors still talk about the time he crawled under a widow's house in the middle of winter to fix her frozen pipes. Didn't even leave a note, let alone a bill. That's just the kind of man he was. His daughter Melissa carries his calm. His sisters and nephews, his steadiness. Sharon? She was just never his wife. She was his home. And now that he's gone, well, you still feel him. In the porch swing that creaks a little louder, in the lamp that flickers but never fully goes out, and in the light that always comes on when you need it most. We spend a lot of time looking for big heroes, but maybe the truest kind of strength is the quiet kind. The man who fixes things not for praise, but because they need fixing. The one who says little, but means everything. The one who shines not for himself, but to help others see. If you've ever loved someone like that, then you understand why this story matters. I'm Steve Rode, and this was George Walker's story. People like you. Extraordinary lives. Stories worth hearing. And thank you for letting me tell this one.